Hello guys, I welcome you all to a very fresh beginning of Utopia.fit, a place where we help you become, eat smarter and live better. Guys, I thank each one of you for taking your time out and joining to our live session. For those of you who do not know me, वैसे तो शायद ही कोई जानता होगा, I am Ankur, your host for today's evening. Guys, everything starts with a thought, and hence, to keep our thought wealthy, we have a very vibrant speaker who happens to be a psychologist and a psychotherapist with a work experience of 15 long years. Guys, you could imagine the immense knowledge she must be having in her field. Ms. Prachi Vaish, the founder of the Emotional Wellness Initiative, has written like thousands of articles on mental health. Her expertise lies in overall mental well-being, the relationship management, and everything, if whatever you talk about mental health, and most importantly, the psychology behind weight loss and healthy eating. So I can't really wait to invite Miss Prachi S. Vaish to this video.
Hey.
Ma'am, how are you doing?
Hi, Ankur. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely well. So good to see you.
So good to see you too. Hi, everyone who's joined us today. I can see we have like 13 people who joined us today.
Right. And more to come, ma'am. All right.
Yeah,
So, ma'am, my very first question to you, how have your last 3 months been? Like the whole quarantine, the coronavirus thing. How did a
That's a good
psychologist
question.
handle it? Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting that you asked that because I was actually writing an article on the same thing that, what has this pandemic taught me as a psychologist and as a human.
Wow.
And last 3 months have been, well, very interesting, I would say, because initially when I started out, I was really happy because you get up in the morning, you have nowhere to go, nothing to do, aram se you can chill, during your day and all that. But I think
Right.
starting to get to me in the last month because the restrictions are too much and, uh,
Right.
it's just the movement is restricted and the normal activities of life are not happening, and somehow I think the health part has also taken a back seat because all of us have become lazy and we don't eat right, and it's just like everything has gone haywire, I think. So yeah, I think my experience has also been like everyone else, and I've
Oh,
also
wow.
realized that I can also feel things and not deal with them despite being a psychologist.
So nice, so nice. Looking forward to an
Yeah,
amazing session learning, taking lots of wisdom from you in this video. All
likewise.
right. So, ma'am, since we all know that you are a psychologist, so I was wondering that have you ever experienced a terrible occurrence in your life which specially made you what you are today?
Um, so I don't know what would you call a terrible occurrence. It's just that, yeah, I do agree with you. A lot of people in my field get into the field because something happened to us in our lives, and then we want to figure it out, and then we become
Correct.
psychologists. A lot of that happens. Um, some of that is there in my history also. I come from a family of domestic violence,
Hmm.
and I think that might have had a part to play in my career choice, but I think I started studying psychology in 1997.
Oh, yeah. Long back.
And yes, I started studying it in 97. And once I started studying it, I realized that, this is where my true calling was. And from there, I think there was no looking back. I've been studying it since 97 and practicing for the last 15 years. And there has not been a single day where I felt, yaar, kuch aur kar leti, I should have done something else. No, never.
Oh,
It's
wow,
just
wow.
been my true calling.
That's great. It means you have identified what you were wanting to do actually. And I just
Yeah,
told
yeah.
my viewers that you have got an immense, knowledge and experience so that, they will be benefited by it,
Thank you so much. No,
obviously.
it's a constant learning process. I still learn every day. My clients teach me a lot. My patients teach me a lot. It's
Wow.
always a learning process.
Great. So, ma'am, I was wondering simply if you could tell us a few simple yet a very effective tips to keep our mental health in check?
Good question. Very complicated question, but a good question. Because see, what is mental health? When we say mental health or emotional health, we are basically talking about our internal world, right? Like everything that
Right.
exists within us, inside us, that other people cannot see outside. Because if you have fever, a thermometer can measure it. If you have an infection, a blood test will show it to you. If you have something like cancer, then you have so many tests to show it. An MRI will show it to you. But if you have a mental illness or you have a mental health issue, there is no external test that can show it to you. So it's all internal.
Very true.
So anything that has to deal with a mental health issue also has to come internally. Yes, there are external aids that help, and a lot of times people turn to external aids like alcohol and then drugs, and then
Right.
some people even turn to good aspects like exercising, healthy eating, meditation, and yoga. And yes, these things do help for a while, but it is very important to fix the root of what is happening from inside you. So, if you're asking about tips, I think the first thing that everybody needs to understand to deal with mental health is to understand the difference between what is an emotion and what is a thought. Because a lot of times what you're doing in life is just a reaction to your emotions, it is your behavior. But if you just start to identify the emotion where it is coming from, you will realize that not every emotion demands an action. आपको हर
Correct.
उस थॉट पे हर इमोशन पे एक्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वी गो थ्रू लाइफ बीइंग स्लेव्स टू आवर इमोशंस. जहां हमारा इमोशन ले जा रहा है हम वहां चले जा रहे हैं, यू नो.
Right.
बट द थिंग इज कि
Relatable.
इमोशन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम इनसाइड यू. या इट्स कमिंग फ्रॉम इनसाइड यू. आप उसको जन्म दे रहे हो. इमोशन का कोई स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. इट इज अ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट थिंग, राइट? सो इट कैनॉट बी द मास्टर ऑफ यू. So every time you're feeling overwhelmed, I would like everyone to just take a moment and try and identify what is the emotion that I'm feeling right now. And do I really need to act on this emotion, or I can just let it be? And this is something I tell my clients all the time, that all of us are born with two basic mental modes. One is a doing mode and one is a being mode.
Doing
डूइंग
and
मोड
being
होता
mode.
है जब डूइंग एंड बीइंग मोड. सो आप जैसे
Yes.
आपके फोन में गैजेट्स में मोड्स होते हैं, वैसे हमारे अंदर भी मोड्स होते हैं ना. डूइंग एंड बीइंग मोड.
Right.
Doing mode
Uh-huh.
everybody knows because you want to act on something, you want to do something. Being mode is harder to come by because nobody teaches us how to be in the being mode. बचपन से आप देखो स्कूल में कुछ हो गया, आप रोते हुए घर पे आओ तो दो ही ऑप्शन मिलते थे. या तो क्या हुआ, अच्छा ये हुआ तो ये कर लो तो ठीक हो जाएगा, और या फिर अब बहुत रोना हो गया, रोना बंद करो, मूव ऑन. you know Nobody teaches you कि okay, this happened, but how are you feeling about this? Let me just sit and hear you out. How are you feeling
Oh
about it?
yes. Oh yes. Completely relatable.
Because if you ask somebody that, they learn that if I'm feeling an emotion, I immediately don't have to do anything about it. I can just sit and feel the emotion. और यही सीखते सीखते we grow up and we learn to run away from uncomfortable emotions. जैसे ही uncomfortable emotion आ रहा है, I have to do something about it. I have to distract myself or I have to do something. But an uncomfortable emotion is just like a comfortable one. It will go on its own. So, I mean, that's my all time tip, that learn whether you are in a doing mode or in a being mode, and learn to be in the being mode. Sometimes you don't have to act all the time.
And ma'am, I think that we the humans tend to doubt the, positive things. We do not doubt negative things.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great point, Ankur. That's absolutely a very potent point that you brought out. I think हमारा brain कुछ इस तरीके से designed होता है that the negative ones stick more to us, the positive events not so much.
Right. And even if we say our fingers, if we scratch our back, it gives us relaxation. But when it's cut, it gives us like a huge pain. So same with the positive and negative emotion. All right.
Yes, yes.
All right. Moving forward, ma'am, a lot of this problem which I'm gonna talk about, I have seen in a lot of youth, especially it happened to me as well. I was wondering that,
Okay.
how do we deal with the inferiority complex? Sometimes we feel alone, there is nobody around to surround us, and we feel quite low. So, how to tackle that situation?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of people go through this. And I would like to just
Correct.
point out here that feeling lonely and an inferiority complex are two different things.
Okay. Okay.
And attached to this is another fear, which is called the fear of abandonment. So when we are
Oh, yes.
alone, we actually struggle with three kinds of things. Either it could be an inferiority complex, or it could be the fear of being alone and the fear of being abandoned. Fear of being alone is that I will need someone and no one will be there for me. Fear of
Oh,
abandonment is that people who I love are going to leave me.
uh huh.
Okay,
Right.
a lot
Right.
of times
Right.
people confuse the two, but there is a very stark difference between the two, and this will determine how you connect to other people in your relationships. And
Right.
the
Right.
third one is that we talked about inferiority complex. So,
Mm-hmm.
technically speaking, psychologically, all of us are born with inferiority complex. सबके में होता है.
Okay.
We are all born with it. I know it might sound surprising, but that's the fact. I mean, that's what the theory says, that we are all born with it. But the kind of life experiences that we have afterwards, they determine whether. Oh, you're getting some nice questions. They determine whether whether this inferiority complex becomes higher than any other ability that you have.
Correct. Correct.
So,
Very true. Yeah.
yeah, so I think if you want to deal with it, then first you need to identify what is the fear that you're actually afraid of. So if
Right.
you're talking about inferiority complex, I'm assuming that maybe somebody has been insulted, somebody has been made fun of,
Correct.
or ridiculed, or bullied even. A lot of people who are bullied, they get into inferiority complexes. And I think the best way to go about it is to know that when someone does something to you, and you receive it passively, and you're not, for whatever reason, you're not able to fight back, that stays with you as trauma throughout life. But
Oh.
in the instances that you will fight back, no matter how much you do, but whenever you will take charge and fight back, it is going to not leave scars on you.
Okay. So we need to accept and let the things go. Is that what you're saying?
It's easier to say, difficult to do, because you can only let go once you have resolved something.
True,
आपके अगर
true.
कुछ उथल पुथल चल रही है, कुछ कश्मकश चल रही है, तो if you've not resolved it, you won't be able to let go, because some lot of times people assume that letting go also means to forgive.
Right,
And
right.
if somebody has done wrong to you, it is very hard to forgive. Forgiveness is a very complicated concept, and I rarely recommend that you forgive. But you don't have to forgive to find peace. You can just decide that all this weight that I'm carrying on my shoulders, given to me by this person, I can just take it off and keep it aside. I don't have to carry it anymore, because it's not my burden. It was given to me by someone else. Please take it back.
But
I don't want it.
someone, I see, I see. Wow, wow. So there is a very related question to this question that I have asked you. Is one of our viewers has asked, what about fear of missing out, ma'am?
Fear of missing out. I think that was asked by Sarthak, if I'm
FOMO,
right, right?
Sarthak, right?
Right.
Yes.
Sarthak. Wow. I think it's a very relevant question, Sarthak. And FOMO is like is like a buzzword these days, because
True.
we all want to keep up with the times, and we all want to stay in the light of whatever is happening. We want to stay updated on every news piece that is coming in. um, I think what you need to do is turn the FOMO into JOMO, which is the joy of missing out.
Oh wow. FOMO into JOMO. That's great. Brilliant.
Right? So you turn it into the joy of missing out. Try and switch off for a while and see what happens. It feels like to us that if we switch off for a while and we are not constantly updated onto what is happening with the world, we are going to stay get lagged behind, or we'll not be able to catch up to everyone else. But I
Correct.
will suggest that start in small doses, like 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. Increase as you go forward. Switch off
Right.
and see what happens. You will realize that you will come back to the world as it was. And fear of missing out also a lot of times. Somebody said OMG. A lot of times, what happens is that the fear of missing out makes you take on more than you can handle. We are all trying to, do more than we can because we want to prove ourselves all the time.
Right, right. Always, always.
So yeah, and it's going to FOMO absolutely leads to burnout. It's going to just uh, make you hollow from inside because how much can you take on? So if you're taking on a lot, that's also okay, but make sure that you make time for yourself also because you have to replenish what you're giving out. You can't pour from an empty cup, right?
No, 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 no. And what is inside the cups pours out.
Oh yeah, that's a great point. So if you have compassion, if you have happiness and joy inside, that's what you will pour out. But if you take in a lot of guilt and anger and shame inside, that's going to come out in a lot of different ways. That's a great point, Ankit.
There, there is a very famous saying: when there is love inside our heart, only love comes out. Really.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, absolutely. So my next question, ma'am, the viewers are enjoying your answers. Like FOMO, ZOMO, everybody was so amazed to have that answer. All right. So moving ahead, my next question, a very interesting question, which I'm sure a lot of our viewers faced in this current scenario. So the question goes: would you would really like to know about the psychology behind weight loss and healthy eating?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that because I think your brand has entirely to do with healthy eating. So that's an
Correct,
absolutely
correct,
relevant question. And I'm sure a lot of people who follow you also kind of, struggle with that. So
correct, right.
I'll give you certain basic concepts which are behind the psychology of how we eat.
Okay,
So a
please,
lot of
please.
times the way we eat is what is known in psychology as a conditioned response. Certain things become paired with certain emotions. Okay. For
Okay,
example, if I
yeah,
went for a movie for the first time in my life and I had popcorn there and I really enjoyed the experience because it was a good theater and I was with my friends and the movie was nice and I had my popcorn and I loved it, right?
right.
Now, the next time I want to see a movie, I will start craving the popcorn because my mind tells me that the experience is not going to be as joyful if I don't have popcorn.
Okay, right. True, true.
Okay, you get that?
Mm-hmm,
So,
mm-hmm.
so that's how
Yes,
pairing happens with certain amount of food. So let's say you have a place in your house where you like, let's say come back after work and आप TV के सामने you get on a couch and you open a packet of snacks and you're munching away. That becomes your comfort zone. So now
right.
after a few days or few weeks, what will happen is you will not be able to watch TV without munching on something. It become because it's
True,
become paired with comfort.
true, true.
So
And
if
ma'am,
you
let
want
me
to
tell you,
start eating,
please
go
continue,
on, go
please
on.
continue.
हाँ हाँ बोलो बोलो say I'll continue.
So that's the reason Utopia has been here for, to munch healthy things whenever you crave something in night and etc.
Absolutely, that's
Right,
true. Because if you have to munch, then you can munch on a healthier option. Or another thing that you can try is change your place in the house where you munch. So let's say you've gotten used to munching in front of the TV. So you make a promise to yourself that if I want to have snacks, I'm going to sit on the dining table and have my snacks and then come back to the TV. So you are somewhere breaking that whole pairing that has already happened because
right.
basically what you're doing is seeking comfort through your food.
True, true.
Whenever we get attached to food, we only are doing two things. We are either looking for joy or we are trying to get away from stress. That is why a lot of people get
Ah,
into stress eating.
correct. That is what, and binge watching, people watch things and keep eating,
Yes, keep
Yeah.
eating. Because it's like खाली तो हम बैठ ही नहीं सकते. We have to keep doing something. That again, I'm gonna go back to Sarthak's comment and I'm gonna say that again is like the fear of missing out because in a way because you're sitting in front of the TV, you can just enjoy the series that you're watching, but no, that's not enough. I have to do more, so I have to eat also.
All right, got it, completely got it.
Right.
I'll make sure that whenever I'm watching something, if I have to crave something, eating, I'll switch off that place and switch to some other. Obviously.
Yeah,
Thank you
switch
for
to another
enlightening
place,
us.
or try to figure out if you're trying to fill some kind of a void by eating. Because if you're stressed out, it feels like, I have to fill this void inside me, and I have to fill it with food, because food fills you up and it gives you that sense of comfort and safety. But try and
Right.
think, ki, are there other ways in my life from which I can get this feeling of comfort and safety? So maybe wrapping yourself in a nice soft blanket, or hugging like a soft toy or a pillow, that can also bring you a sense of comfort. You don't always have to turn to food.
Food. Okay. Got it. Got it. Completely.
Right.
Thank you. There is one statement which I really loved is like the thought of healthy eating brings stress at times. I don't know. Yeah. So
That's a
it's
very
very
good
much.
point. That's a great point. Who is this who said this?
He's Surendra. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
The thought of healthy eating definitely brings stress, because we have become so attached to the emotion of um, doing a task with anything to do with healthy. So it's like, when you
Right.
think about living healthy, when you think about eating healthy or exercising, it comes like an external activity कि ये मुझे करना है to get fit.
To
Okay,
fit. Ha
that is
ha.
why it brings
Obviously.
on stress. If you make it a way of life, like you get up in the morning and you brush doesn't seem like a task now. You're so used to it, like you will just get up
Used
and
to it.
start brushing. So in the
True.
same way, you can make your healthy habits. You can, if you make them automated, if you practice them so much that they become an automated part of your life, then it will not bring stress. I remember there was this fitness trainer friend of mine, and she told me that, getting up in the morning and thinking about exercise is so difficult that the
Hmm.
moment I open my eyes, later bed pe I start doing crunches. So by the time I'm getting up, it's already, my body is already warmed up, and I was like, wow, that's a great idea, because आपको दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, you just have to do it.
Do
Sometimes you
it.
just have to
Right.
do things in life and then decide how you feel. We call this feeling from outside in rather than inside out.
Insane.
So you do it and then decide how you feel.
And let me add in here that it takes 21 days to create a hobby and 90 days for a lifestyle.
That's what they
Absolutely.
say. I hope I've been trying to experiment with that. I have to really try that out.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, ma'am, one more question. Since you are a relationship management expert too, I was wondering, there are many relationship issues. Let's suppose their parents or boyfriends or girlfriends, any such things.
Right.
How to deal with relationship issues in general?
Hmm. Again, that's a very complicated question. Very difficult to answer it in a few sentences. But I will say this, that everyone must remember that the way we connect to someone in a relationship, especially a romantic relationship, is a reflection of the attachment pattern that we have learned as children.
Okay.
Because all the psychological defenses that we learn as children, they get manifested in in an intimate romantic relationship, because a romantic relationship, whether it is a boyfriend or a husband, whatever it is probably the closest one that we form in our lives. And we
True.
all grow up, waiting to meet this one person who's going to come and with whom we will be able to share everything, and be really intimate with emotionally. So,
Correct.
once that relationship comes, we are like waiting with all our previous baggage and everything, and we just give it to our partner unconsciously.
Oh
And when we
yes.
are giving that, we are also putting in motion all the psychological defenses that we have used in our life so far, to protect ourselves from people, from getting hurt, and all those sorts of things. So that is what leads to insecurities also and everything. So whenever an issue is coming up in a relationship, my best tip is, first of all, stick to the issue. Don't go to the person.
Okay.
Let's say he hasn't called. He said I will call, and he hasn't called. So don't go to you always do this, or this is the kind of person that you are. I don't know how to trust you.
Start
You
judging.
never fulfill your promises. Yeah, basically you are going to the person. You're not sticking to the issue. So if you stick to the issue, okay, why did you not call? This happened. I got stuck. Whatever. This happened. All right. Next time, I would really appreciate it if you give me a warning because I was waiting for your call, and the matter is finished right there. But the moment we
Correct.
go to a person from an issue, the person feels attacked. Anybody will feel attacked. And whenever
True,
we feel
true.
attacked, we get defensive. And then we are not responding to the issue anymore. Then we are only responding to the attack. फिर पता चला कि यहाँ से लेके बात वहाँ चली गई and then बस that's done. So
It,
that's one tip that I always give people for
and if
relationships.
you see, ma'am, the sword and word have similar letters. All right. So, and if not used correctly, it could create havocs in the society.
Yeah, I think you read a lot of quotes.
Oh yes, oh yes. That keeps me going. So, ma'am, there is a
Yeah, I think
question
so.
from a viewer. What is individuality in a relationship?
That's a beautiful question.
Right.
When you get into a relationship, from that day onwards, there is one thing that everybody must remember that from now on, you are going to be fulfilling two roles. One, that of an individual, and the other of one half of a couple. Okay, and it is
Okay.
absolutely important that both roles get equal opportunity for growth. Because अगर वैसा नहीं होगा तो once you get into a relationship and you become so fused with this other person and you let go of your individuality that
Right.
when problems arise you would have lost all your psychological resources to deal with these problems and
Mm-hmm.
फिर आपकी कोई identity नहीं बचती है. But if you're allowing equal opportunity, or if you're being an individual in a relationship and not allowing yourself to be a part of the couple, that is also not good because then you are not really getting intimately connected with this person.
Right.
To achieve true intimacy, vulnerability is very, very important. You have to allow yourself to be vulnerable with this person. Only then can you achieve true intimacy. So both parts
Wow.
are important. I am who I am, and I am also who I am with regards to you. And
Right.
both
Right.
roles need growth. So stay in a relationship, but be with your partner also, but never forget who you are, the things you like to do. And a lot of times people make this mistake that just because we are in a relationship, we have to do everything together, or we have to like the same things, otherwise, or we can't disagree on anything. That's like the biggest myth ever because that's the fun of a relationship because you can talk, you can debate, and it doesn't have to become an argument. It can be a healthy
Right.
debate, and you can agree to disagree. That's what individuality in a relationship is all about.
Agree to disagree. I recall a movie by this a sentence. It's
I
Black
think,
Man or
yeah,
something like that. Yeah, yeah, it's there.
probably.
So, yeah. So, ma'am, there's one more question. If you would like to address, how much of the role does nutrition play in how we behave every day, ma'am?
Mm, See, mind and body are not two separate things, for sure. They are
Correct.
connected with each other and they also reflect on each other. So, if I don't have a healthy mind, in my body also, I will feel tired, I will be irritable, I will not do anything, I will not be active, and all that. And vice versa, if I don't have a healthy body, then also my mood will be affected. I will not feel like meeting with people, and I'll feel weak in my body and everything, right? So mind and body both have to be taken care of.
Okay.
Therefore, good eating, healthy eating definitely plays a role in mental health. Because when you eat right, you are obviously giving the right fuel to your body, and
Obvious.
when you get the right fuel, obviously your engine also runs well in all aspects. But that said, both aspects are important. So just like if you have emotional problems, then only eating right is not going to fix it. Vice
Right.
versa, if you have physical problems, then only thinking about them going away is not going to help it. You have to eat
No,
right also, or you have to
true.
exercise also. So yeah, I mean,
Perfect.
they're both interconnected.
Perfect. There is a very beautiful saying which I remember when you said these. We are what we eat. That's what our means target is all over.
I kind of disagree with that. We are a lot of things other than just eating.
No, I'm not gonna challenge you on that. You have so much knowledge. You're gonna
We are
bash me
no,
up with
don't you
that.
see? As humans, we are a product of so many things. No, just not just what we eat, right? We are a product
True,
of so
true,
many things.
true, true. Absolutely, ma'am. I think the viewers are enjoying so much. They have been consistent and asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's
Great.
asked the question: how important or relevant is it to consult a psychologist? How does one know when to consult one?
Oh,
That's a good
wow.
question. Thank you, Udit. Uh,
Great.
I think, first of all, I think there's a lot of misconception about when to talk to a psychologist because people think that जब आप अपनी life में ऐसे stage पे पहुंच गए हो जब और कुछ काम नहीं कर रहा है, then they will probably go to a mental health professional. But
Agree.
but the time and whether it is a personal problem, whether it is a relationship problem, work problem, anything, when it is reaching the last stage, like when a couple is at the edge of a divorce, then they will think about going to a couples therapist. Or
True that.
when your boss has told you that dude either get some help or I'm firing you, then they will probably go and go and seek help from someone. But I think that's where we all go wrong because we as mental health
Right.
professionals, as psychologists, we are not there to fix your problems, but we are there to give you guidance, show you the way, and also teach you skills, coping skills, where
Okay.
you can learn to fight your own problems. And it's then those coping skills are not related to only your current problem. They become your friends for life. And anytime you face a problem in life, you can always turn to those skills, and they will always
Got it.
help you. So,
Got it.
how to know when to consult a psychologist? I think that would be the time when you feel that something in your life is not happening the way you want it to. I think that's the simplest way that I can tell you. That if you
Okay.
feel that you
Okay.
want to do something in life and it's not going the way you want it to, maybe you want to talk to a psychologist and figure out an objective point of view and find out what needs to be done for me to move forward.
Right. Absolutely. So Prachi ma'am is always
And
there
I'm,
if
I'm
any.
here. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Everybody who's watching today, please follow us also. My page is called My Emotional Wellness. These guys have tagged it in their story also today.
Yes.
I'm gonna type it in the comments also. Please feel free to follow us, and I'm there for everyone to help you out. If you ever need to talk, if you just need like just a sounding board for whatever is going on in your life, you really don't have to have problems to come to me. If you just want to talk and get an objective
Wow.
point of view, that's also what we do.
That's really so
And
sweet
thank
of
you,
you, ma'am.
Empathetic Soul Awakener. Thank you so much for your lovely compliments.
Great. People are loving you, ma'am, for sure. You have been enlightening us with so many, facts and figures. That's
I'm
really
really
nice of you.
glad.
So
Yeah,
we
thank
have
you.
come to our end of the session. I think we have means done exceeded our time limit, and so a last question to you, ma'am. Like any quick tip or suggestion that you would like to give to the viewers watching this?
Mm, my only tip would be I feel like everybody these days is trying to be everyone. Everybody is
Hmm.
trying to do so much, or rather everything. Because, and I can understand that because of social media, we all feel like everybody is doing so much. So I also, if I'm not doing that much, I am not good enough. But I would really, really like you to think about this that your time will come. You stick to what you want to do, how you're doing it, and you're not on a deadline. Nobody is on a deadline. Nobody
Definitely.
gets where they want to be in just a few days or a few months, no, regardless of what you're seeing on social media. Honestly, nobody's posting their failures on social media. Everybody's only posting their successes, right?
True.
So you're
True.
only getting half the picture. You're not getting the entire picture. So
Right.
never feel pressured to join the race. Just even if it's not your thing. Like so many times it happens, people will just join the race and they will be like, I want to do this, and then they figure out that this is not what I wanted to do in the first place.
Right.
So
Right.
really, take the time to introspect and figure out what it is that you want to do, and do it at your own time. There is no rush. The world is going to continue to grow. You will always find your place. Always find your place.
वाह, ऐसा नहीं है बीकॉम के बाद एमबीए करना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली, एब्सोल्युटली, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही बात है. दैट इज ट्रू.
Absolutely. So I really appreciate, ma'am, the efforts that you took in to share your wisdom with us. I'm so grateful, and
My
even the
pleasure.
viewers, they have showered much love to you. See, the hearts are still flying. It's non-stop
Yeah,
here.
I can see that. Thank you so much, everyone. You guys have been an amazing audience and such good comments and questions. It was lovely, so interactive. I loved it. Thank you so much.
Really, the journey begins begins of 1,000 miles from one single step. That's how I would like to conclude this session.
Very true. Very
Thank you.
true.
Thank you, ma'am, for being
Thank you,
with us
Uncle.
today.
Thank you, Utopia, and I cannot wait to try your products for sure.
Oh wow,
So
we will be
yeah,
sending you
but you guys
very
are only
soon.
delivering in Mumbai, so that's not working for me right now. Start delivering everywhere.
Oh yes, for sure, for sure. We are working
All
on
right.
that.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Wow, I really feel so mesmerized by seeing the wisdom that she shared. Really, really appreciable and commendable. Thank you so much to my lovely audience for taking your time out and supporting. You have been so consistent with your questions and your engagement. Really, really very much commendable. I'll be coming live again on Thursday. We have like a great speakers lined up for you, especially for you. Each one of you, thank you so much. And we would appreciate if you guys would share this video ahead to your friends and family, because sharing is caring. Thank you guys. And try Utopia.